Hi everybody, it's Lisa from Lisa Lee Designs, and in today's video I am going to be showing you how I made over this gorgeous dresser. I'm calling this dresser the Route 66 dresser because my husband and I found it at a salvage thrift shop, sort of a questionable shop situation along Route 66 on our way home from Las Vegas to our river house in Needles, California. All right, guys, here she is in all her glory before I decided to make her over. I had given her a coat of latex over this ugly red stain that was already on it, trying to update this piece. It sat like that for about 6 months until I decided that it just looked shameful, and so I decided to bring it home from our river house and refinish it. Wrestling with these drawers, they were a little bit stuck, probably because of all the white paint I had put on it. I managed to get the drawers out and I removed all of the hardware. It had 2 white porcelain knobs on top, and then below it had these gold hanger pieces, which I think were original. I'm not sure. Anyway, they got pretty ruined trying to get them off, so they went into the trash. I used Jasco stripper. I really like this stripper. It does the job. I'm just using an old chip brush to spread this stripper on. And I let it sit for about 15 to 20 minutes. Try and keep it out of the sun because then it just gets dry and it doesn't work. It has to stay wet. But where I am, I have my garage door open, so it's a ventilated area. But I'm also wearing my respirator. Here's a little time lapse of the stripping process. I just think it looks so cool. Any kind of a time lapse looks awesome. Once it stops sort of puffing up, you know that it's ready to scrape off. Here I am with my painting tool, scraping the top off. It only went through the first layer of paint. I think when I painted this white, I had done 2 coats. Now it's time to wash the rest of the excess stripper off that I didn't get off and just give the piece a good wash in general. I'm using a scrub brush, just one of those little hand ones, with some warm water and Dawn dish soap. Now I'm so bummed that I painted all in those crevices. But I got my wire brush and tried to get out as much. I think what I was trying to say here is that I used the wire brush and got into the daisy detail to try and get as much paint out as possible. Now I'm using an 80 grit coarse sandpaper on my DeWalt sander. To get in between the drawer slides or glides, I used my Ryobi detail sander because the DeWalt was too tall to fit in between the top and the bottom. Now that I've got it mainly sanded, I'm going to flip it upside down and sand the bottom part of the legs. Sometimes it's easier for me to do it at a different angle. Here we go with the Zinsser Wood Bleach that I got from Amazon. This has part A and part B. Part A you put onto a clean sponge, and you want to make sure you have gloves on while you're doing this and eye protectant or eyewear, as I did. And then you want to saturate your sponge and put it all over the wood. I was curious here as to if I hadn't cleaned my piece properly, and that's why this sponge was getting so dirty, but I think it was just whatever chemical is in this doing its thing. And then you get part B, so while part A is still wet and has sat for at least 10 minutes, then you add part B on top of it with another clean sponge. Don't forget your clean sponges. Here is a time lapse of the product doing its thing. Again, I think this time lapse was maybe 20-30 minutes. And then I went back at an hour and I took another picture. And I'm headed into my favorite place, Hobby Lobby, to find some knobs for my dresser, for my makeover. And of course, while I was at Hobby Lobby, I had to look through all the decor they had. Modern boho was this section, or that's what they had called it. So I guess it's an official thing now, modern boho. I'm looking for something to stage my piece. At this point, I wasn't sure if I was going to go with a cool blue or something warmer. As you see here, I think I'm going to go with something warmer. I did end up with a lot of stuff in my cart, but as I usually do when I'm at Hobby Lobby, I put almost all of it back, which was a good thing because I didn't need to spend any more money than I was already spending. That's cute, but okay, here we are at the final stretch. I didn't want to stain this. I didn't want to put any poly on it because I didn't want to change the color of the wood too much. So I have some mineral oil that you can use on a butcher block or even raw wood. So I just went ahead and I used this mineral oil. I really like the way that it sort of fed the wood. I'm sure the wood was really dry. And I just like the way that it looked. These are the knobs that I picked out. I think the daisy matched the little daisy decor at the bottom of the piece, that strip along the bottom. So this is my husband filming me putting these knobs on. Again, look how pretty they are. They're so simple but pretty. And here's the final piece with the knobs on. The knobs are close to that little decoration piece that I told you about with the daisies in it. Here she is, all staged and looking gorgeous. Thanks for watching. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Wasteley Designs. Nope.